I don't know whether anybody has ever truly sat back one day and gone, I wonder how much money I've spent in my entire lifetime. Because that's what I did the other day. And it was the first time that I've pretty much ever done anything like that in my life. I don't know where it come from, but let me tell you, when I started running through from when I can remember, spending money, because obviously at 5, 6 years old, like, yeah, you might get a bit of pocket money, but I'm not counting that. From me moving out at 19 years old, paying rent and everything like that, to now, 36 years old, I would love to know. I would love to know because that mother has got to be in the 100,000s at least. Like, think about it. And I know I'm sorry if you've never thought about it, but please, together in this video, we're going to think about it, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to laugh about it, right? Because after I thought about it, I just laughed. I laughed. And whether that's or not, and whether that's because you either laugh or you cry, right? I don't know. But I found it so ridiculous. I'm laughing now because it really is. It's so ridiculous when you actually sit back and think about how are we still alive? Like, genuinely, how have we earned and spent all this money all our lives? Because let me tell you something now, yeah, I ain't got nothing saved up, right? Nothing saved up. So everything I've earned has been spent. Okay? So it's like, earn it, spend it, earn it, spend it. And it's just like a consistent thing throughout your life. And I know people are probably like, well, yeah, duh, but I want you to like actually think about it though, right? Not just, oh yeah, obviously that's life. Truly think about it, okay? How much rent have you paid every month up until this day? Okay? How much rent? Then after rent, you've got your bills each month, your household bills, right? So you pay all your bills. But then you might need like little toiletries and that, perfume and aftershave and deodorant and whatnot. So put that in as well. And then you've got clothes because you need to have clothes because we can't walk around naked, right? So you need to then buy clothes. And then, of course, you've got your car. So you need to then pay for car insurance and car tax and the petrol to put into the car, right? And then, of course, if you've got kids, oh my God, you've then got to feed the kids. You've then got to clothe the kids. You've then got to obviously go to school. And if you have older kids that you then go and pay for education or whatever, you have that to pay for. Then if you have pets, like me, you have these unexpected situations like where you have to go to the vets and make sure that you can pay for the vet bill. Luckily, I've not had to go to the vets too many times in Marley's life, but there have been times where he's had to stay overnight in hospital, 600 quid, right? So that's that. Then you've got, for the women, makeup, hair. If you just want to maintain yourself, not even going to the salon, just like buying wax strips or dyeing it yourself or whatever, you still have to buy that in order to do it, right? So you got all of that. God forbid if you want to buy something for yourself, right? Because you need household stuff as well. So things break, right? I only have one small little plate left. You have like dinner plates, right? I've got 4 dinner plates, but one small plate because I've broken all the other 3. And I refuse to buy more. So you got to buy household products. You got to buy cleaning products. There are so many things that you have to buy throughout your life consistently on a monthly basis, right? Please sit back and just think, how much has come through and left my life? Because, oh my God, it's actually ridiculous, right? Because back in the day, you were able to literally pay for all of everything that I've told you and more, right? People would have gym subscriptions, phone line and extra, contract phone and things like that. These things that are seen as a luxury pretty much. We were actually able to obtain these things a little easier, right? But as time goes by, and you start to realise how ridiculous prices are for everything, Are we going to survive the way we've survived for the next 20 years? Because I literally just cannot imagine. I don't even want to know. Actually, I do want to know. Right, comment right now. Would you like to know how much you've spent throughout your life to this day? Like from 18, yeah? From 18 as an adult to this day. So obviously those of you that are like 50, 60, even 70 years old, Jesus Christ. Would you like to know how much you've spent throughout your lifetime? Or would you just be like, nah, mate, don't even tell me. I don't want to know. That'll put me into like, no. Like, please let me know. Comment down below if yes, you would or no, you wouldn't. Because I think I would. I think I would. Like, I would, because I'd laugh about it and be like, oh my God, what have I got? What have I got? Like, I have a few things in my life, like I've said before, like the laptop and things like that, but I have to pay rent still every month. I have to pay my bills still every month. Everything that we've been doing throughout our lives, we have to continually do this. How have we done it? How have we actually done it? Because what if your car breaks, right? What if you get ill and you can't go to work? In the UK, we do get like quite a lot of holiday and sick pay and that, but I know that in America, I know it's completely different, and like you guys pretty much like have to go to work, you know. So like, what if you can't go to work and then you can't get your money, or if your kid gets sick and you have to go to hospital, or you know, these things, right, that people don't even save for, really. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. I don't save. I use my business account, if I'm being totally honest with you, to pay for the vet bill, because I'm just like, well, I ain't got it in my bank, you know, my business has it, so I'll just pay for it that way. And it is my money. I just try not to use it because it's the business. But at the end of the day, these are the things we have to do, right? Because I ain't saving nothing, which is terrible, but I'm not able to, okay? Back in the day, I was able to save a little bit of money. When I came to this house, I had 2 grand saved because I knew this was completely empty. I needed to buy everything, like, do you know what I mean? And I did. I had to buy a cooker, I had to buy a fridge, like a washing machine, like, I had to buy it all. And I saved that money for that. God forbid now the kids or young adults and college leavers and things like that, I mean, I don't know how much rent is nowadays, but let me tell you, when I was in my early 20s and I was renting a room in a shared house, which was the one that was illegally sublet, by the way. If you go back, I have a video that I'll link down below and you can learn about that story. But that house, I was paying £360 a month just to live in a room, right? And I lived there for obviously a good couple of months until it happened. So that's £360 a month. But for every year after, rent's just increased, right? Like, I pay double now, even though I have a house, but it's still ludicrous. And I have no idea how people are actually like saving, or how have you lived? This is kind of my question. I really truly sat back and went, how am I still alive? How have I kept Marley for all this time? I don't have kids. So how in the world? It blows my mind, and I just wanted to put an appreciation really out there to everyone that's listening to me that might be like, how have I done it? Like, I don't know either. So I just want to take my hat off to you. You know, tap yourself on the back and be like, some way, somehow, we have got through life earning and then giving all of it. Just, here it is, here it's not. Here it is, here it's not. And it's just a consistent thing throughout life, and it just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh that this is what we have to do for the rest of our lives. This is what we have to do. So would you like to know how much you spend? Because I'll tell you what, I would. It wouldn't change nothing, I don't think. I can't save right now in this climate, so unless the climate changes, well, unless the world and the situation changes, you know, don't want people getting it wrong thinking I'm talking about climate change or something. But unless, like, you know, the situation in the world and the economy gets better, I don't know how people are saving. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought I'd put this video out and tell you guys, have you ever sat down and actually truly thought, how much money have I spent in my entire lifetime? Because it's sickening. It is probably sickening. But I would love to know and there's no way to find out. Do we find out when we die? I don't know. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this.